They'll wait to display each day and will be on time. There are currently 10 pilots on the Red Arrows. We have Reds 1 through 8. Myself is Red 10. Just checking in with Red 1, giving him the Seaside QFB, that's a pressure set, and they'll put their altimeters ready for display. They're ACE-FUN, they're all airborne, and they will be doing all their checks before running into the display site. That means they'll be getting all their smoke pods ready, they'll prime to make sure the smoke is ready for their arrival.
Aaron.
As said, on this unit, there are 10 pilots, 1 through 8, 10 and 11, which is the officer commanding. And each of those pilots have got 1,500 fast jet operational hours before they can even apply to join the Red Arrows. And here we are, the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows! Red 1 bringing the team over the top. As they pull up at 4G and over 400 miles an hour, they collapse into 8 arrows. Reaching a height of over 5.5 to 6,000 feet, and the aircraft will accelerate back down to their minimum operating height as Red 1 brings the team around to the left. Red 1 this year is squad leader Tom Bold. Tom is in his third and final year as the team leader. Having previously served on the team in 2014 to 17, and 17 he was the Synchro leader. Tom is also a former qualified pilot on the Typhoon, a former qualified flying instructor on both the Hawk Team Mark II and Tucano, where he was the Tucano display pilot in 2010. As he brings the formation around to the left for the first pass for the 8 Arrow President. Keep your eyes on the formation and watch for the dynamic formation change. As Red 7 and 8 perform a rollback to change the formation from 8 Arrow into Vixen. As the team move around to the right, you can see that iconic Vixen shape. Of course, if we were a 9 ship, we would have wondered about making that iconic Diamond 9. You may have seen a video from OC Rafa explaining the reason why we're an 8 ship this year. Unfortunately, we can only train 3 pilots, 2 pilots each year, and therefore the maths just simply didn't work to make a 9. But our aim is, of course, to make our Diamond 9 formation for our Diamond Jubilee anniversary next year. However, get your cameras ready for the Vixen roll. As the team rolls to the left, on the right hand side of Red 1 is Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Rich Walker. He's in his first year on the team, a very experienced aviator, having flown both Harrier and Typhoon operationally. And he's also a former qualified flying instructor on the Hawk Team Mark II. In addition to the 10 pilots, we have over 140 personnel on the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team. And they are support personnel, and they are dressed in blue overalls, which gives them the name of the Blues. They are the engineers, the technicians, and all the administrators and support personnel, which keep the Red Arrows machine ticking along very nicely. The smoke comes on from Reds 4 and 5 as they make their way back to the rear of the formation, and those familiar with the Red Arrows display will know this shape to be Apollo. As Red 1 brings formation around to the right, the smoke goes on for the Apollo loop. Red 1 pulling the team up again, once again, 4 to 5G, 400 miles per hour, reaching that 5.5 to 6,000 feet. The aircraft now are slowing to approximately 120 miles an hour. This means that the controls are a lot less responsive, making the formation station keeping even more difficult. But now as the aircraft starts to accelerate 200, 300 and 400 miles per hour, now the controls become a lot more responsive and a lot more twitchy, making the job even more difficult for the pilots as they come round to the left for the Apollo present. On the left-hand side of Red 1 is Red 3, flight attendant Tom Paignton. He's in the first year of the team and is previously a Typhoon pilot. He's also a qualified weapons instructor. This means he will teach all weapons instructional technicians, technical information and tactics to the entire Typhoon force. As Reds 2 and 3 smoke, the entire rear section move backwards to form the second of our space-themed shapes. This is Eagle. Of course, you've got Reds 4 and 5 all the way at the back of the formation, which makes it extremely difficult because all our formation references are taken off Red 1, which means that they're not taken off necessarily the person who is immediately to their left or right. Being that far back in the formation makes it even more tricky to see Red 1 and keep in formation. So Red 4 and 5 working extremely hard in that formation shape. The smoke comes on from Reds 4 and 5 as they move up to sit once again beside Reds 2 and 3, who sit behind Red 6 with Red 7 and 8 in trail. 2022 is the 23 is the 80th anniversary of Hot Chastise, the famous mission made famous by that squadron, the 617, the Dam Busters. And of course, the Dam Busters still fly in today's Royal Air Force with the ultra-modern 5th generation F-35. Get your cameras ready for the lightning roll. As the team rolls to left on the far right hand side is Red 4, flight attendant Ollie Suckling. Ollie again is in his first year of the team, a former Tornado GR4 pilot and former qualified flying instructor of the Hawk T-Mark 2. Those who are into air shows will also know Ollie Suckling as a former member of the North Wales-based Strike Master pair. His opposite number on the left-hand side is Red 5, flight attendant Patrick Kershaw, known as Paddy. He is in his second year on the team, former Red 3 from last year. He has also flown Tornado and Typhoon operationally, whilst on 11 and 12 squadrons at RAF Coningsby. Red 1 makes the call as Red 7 moves to the outside, Red 8 moves to the right-hand side with all the odd numbers on the left-hand side and the even numbers on the right-hand side for the Signet. You can hear Red 1 giving the commands to the rest of the team through the radio, and he almost sounds robotic in the way that he does it. This is because the way we fly our formation in the Reds is by ear and not by eye. We're not looking for the aircraft on the inside of us to move. We're listening to how Red 1 gives his commands. And it means that the guys on the outside are having to move through a larger amount of circle, for want of a better phrase, than the guys on the inside, which means that they start their move a little bit earlier than as Red 1 says now. And this gives the impression that the entire wing moves as one, as opposed to a ripple effect down the formation. Red 1 once again makes the call as Red 2, 3, 4, 5 sit alongside Red 6, with Red 7 and 8 in trail for one of the most popular, if not the most popular manoeuvre that the Red Arrows do. Look to your front right 45 as the Red Arrows ride the storm in Tornado. 8 begin their rolls around the rest of the formation. Of course, Red 1 doesn't want to make it too easy for the rest of the team, so as it comes right, the smoke colour comes on and makes 7 and 8 work even harder as he puts the aircraft into a right-hand turn. You may be able to see the small door at the back of the aircraft underneath is called the air brake. We fly the air brake out of this manoeuvre as it causes the throttle setting to be slightly higher. This causes a hotter engine gas temperature. It disturbs the airflow around the back of the aircraft, which makes the smoke burn a lot more brightly and bloom a lot more fuller to enhance the manoeuvre. As we come to the end of the first half of our display so far, you have seen formation flying involving all 8 aircraft. As we go into the second half, the formation will break down into 2 sections. You have Reds 1 through 5, they are now known as Enid, named after Enid Blyton's famous 5 from the children's series book. And you have Reds 6, 7 and 8 behind, they are now known as Hannah, named after squadron leader Ray Hannah, one of the most famous RAF and Red Arrows pilot, who was attributed taking the team from a 7 to a 9 and also forming our trademark Diamond 9 formation. However, look to your front and get your cameras ready for the detonator. Red 8 smoking blue up the middle of Red's leader. JT is in his 4th year on the team, a former Typhoon pilot and instructor, and also instructor on the Hawk T Mark 1. The Synchro pair now passing within 100 feet of each other before they perform a series of aileron rolls. They now turn back towards each other, pulling. As they disappear directly in front of us, he starts to smoke blue, and off to your left hand side you'll see Enid forming an inverted V as Red 8 lines himself up with Enid to perform the goose. As Enid bend off to the left hand side, you can see underneath the aircraft the smoke pod. That smoke pod is capable of producing 5 minutes of white smoke, 1 minute of red smoke and 1 minute of blue smoke. Each of those colours is selected by its own individual button on the pilot's control column. And of course, during training between Red 1 and Red 6, we carefully choreograph the display to ensure that we have the right colour at the right time in the display and that we don't run out. However, look directly to your front and you've got the Synchro pair running in once again with Red 7 in trail on Red 6. Once again, get your cameras ready for again the crowd's favourite. The smoke goes on, the aircraft starts to split as they perform the Synchro half. Keep your eye off to the far left hand side, the high left hand side, looking for Red 8 coming in from the top left. Red 8 smoke come on as he spears the half. Red 8 is Flight Lieutenant David Simmons, known as Simo. He is in his 5th year on the team, a former Tornado GR4 pilot. He was roll demo on that aircraft in 2012. He's also barrel rolls in the double rolls. We call the Paignton. As red 1 banks the aircraft round to the right, you can see the iconic shape of the Hawk aircraft. It has been in service with the Royal Air Force since 1976 and has been the aircraft of the Red Arrow since 1979. The Hawk T-Mark 1 can fly above 40,000 feet and it can achieve a supersonic speed in a dive. If you ask any of the pilots that have flown the Hawk T1, they would akin it to a small sports car. It's extremely enjoyable to fly, extremely agile and responsive, and is exactly the perfect aircraft for what the Red Arrows do. Keep looking to your left, keep looking to your right once again as the Synchro pair come in. Red 6 from the right, smoking blue, and Red 7 from the left, smoking red. Once again at that 100 feet, 800 miles an hour close, they will pass within 100 feet of each other. Each aircraft performing an aileron roll, changing their smoke to white. 60 degrees, nose down before they roll the right way up, and once again pass each other in the middle within 100 feet of each other. Finishing the mover with a 4-point hesitation roll. Red 1 once again pulls them up at 4G and over 400 miles per hour as he twists the aircraft round to the right. Of course, this year we had the coronation of King Charles III, and therefore this break is in honour of his coronation for the Enid Coronation Vertical Break. Give Enid a massive round of applause for a phenomenal break in the skies of Paignton. Makes the call as Red 7 and 8 roll around the smoke. Red 7 at the front, smoking blue, is Flight Lieutenant Stu Roberts. He's in his second year on the team, a Red 2 from last year, and a former Typhoon pilot with 11 and 12 squadrons at Oria, Coronation. The motto of the Red Arrows is "Eclat," which means excellent. That means everybody on the craft smoking white. Clear go is the com as Reds 4 and 5 smoke blue around Reds 2 and 3 as Enid complete the rollbacks. To our left hand side, look directly to your front, and once again you have Hannah running back in as the 3 ship. The roll call is made as Red 7 and 8 smoke blue and roll around the red smoke of Red 6. For the final time, Hannah make their break. Red 6 off to our left hand side and Red 7 off to our right. Once again they will pull up to approximately 1,000 feet before. To your front now, and once again you have Enid run back in with the white smoke flowing behind them. Red 1 puts the red smoke on, he rolls around the rest formation, leaving the infinity symbol in the sky for the infinity break. But Paignton, it's been a wonderful experience. Please put your hands together for the 2023 The Red Arrow! Red 1 puts the smoke on as he gathers the rest of the formation to return back to Exeter. If you'd like any more information about the Red Arrows, of course, we are on the internet.